Attention passionate Seattle SCHNEIDER fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Seattle Seahawks' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Seattle Seahawks fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Seattle SEAHAWKS fans. Let's get to the news now, folks, buckle up. Because what I'm about to tell you is one of the most exciting rumors swirling around the NFL right now, especially for Seahawks fans. There's a buzz, a genuine, tangible buzz, that the Seahawks are in serious talks for a blockbuster trade that could reshape the entire landscape of the NFC West and honestly put Seattle in a prime position to push even further towards Super Bowl glory. And the player at the center of this speculation, none other than Lane Johnson, the all-pro offensive tackle for the Philadelphia Eagles. Yes, you heard that right. Lane Johnson, a cornerstone for the Eagles' offensive line, could soon be donning the blue and green of the Seahawks. Now I know what you're thinking. Is this really happening? Could it be true? Well, as of now, NFL insiders and trusted sources close to the league like Adam Schefter and others confirm that talks are indeed happening, and they have been heating up as the trade deadline approaches on November 4th. The details, well, they're as intriguing as they are potentially game-changing. The Eagles, sitting at 5-3, with a manageable cap space of around $9. $1 million, are desperately trying to manage their aging offensive line after the retirement of Jason Kelce, and they're looking at options to infuse some youth and stability. Meanwhile, the Seahawks, sitting comfortably at 5-2, are leading the NFC West with about $10. $4 million in cap space, but they've been battling injuries along their offensive line, especially with Abraham Lucas going on IR back in Week 3 due to an ankle injury, and Darnold's recent chest injury that's been impacting his performance, his pressure rating, according to PFF, sitting at a solid 78. 2 under pressure, so it's a perfect storm of needs for both sides. And the potential acquisition of Lane Johnson, it's not just about adding a veteran. It's about upgrading the entire right side of the Seahawks line, giving Geno Darnold more protection, and unlocking a new level of offensive efficiency that could be the difference maker in tight games down the stretch. Now let's talk more about Lane Johnson himself, because this isn't just any player. Johnson, at 35 years old, might be considered a veteran, but he's still playing at an elite level. We're talking about a guy who's been a cornerstone for the Eagles' line for years, a player with a reputation for unmatched pass blocking skills. In 2025, he started 8 games, maintaining an impressive PFF grade of 88.6, and he's allowed 0 sacks, 0. That's right, 0 sacks allowed all season. That kind of consistency at his age is rare, especially for a tackle tasked with protecting the quarterback's blind side. His run-blocking grades are equally impressive, sitting at 86.9, and his pass efficiency rating is a staggering 96.5%. For context, that's elite, especially considering the pressure he faces every game. And despite his age, Lane Johnson has avoided injuries this season, which is a testament to his durability and professionalism. Over his career, he's accumulated over 160 starts, with an overall PFF grade close to 88. 1. His career stats highlight a minimal sacks allowed, just about 2 a year, and a solid run-blocking consistency, especially on the right side, with an average of 4.6 yards per carry when blocking on that side. What makes him even more appealing is his ability to handle complex stunts and double teams, boasting a win rate of about 72% against stunts, and a hold rate of 65% on double-team blocks. Advanced stats show his expected points added per block at plus 0.20, and he maintains a win rate of 72% versus stunts, which is crucial for a team like the Seahawks that's looking to solidify their offensive line for the long haul. Now, of course, the Eagles are a bit skeptical about parting ways with Johnson. Their defense has been somewhat leaky, allowing around 24 points per game, and with cap considerations, especially regarding future extensions for Jalen Hurts, they see this move as a way to inject youth into their line, which currently has a PFF grade of 79.4. But they also understand that trading Johnson could accelerate a somewhat uncertain transition for their offensive line and potentially cost them some efficiency, especially since they'd be losing a player who contributes to plus 17% EPA per pass. It's a calculated risk for Philadelphia, but one that could pay dividends if they manage the cap and future prospects wisely. For the Seahawks, though, the logic is compelling. Securing Lane Johnson would bring immediate stability to the right side of their line, especially with Abraham Lucas on IR and their current struggles with pressure. Darnold has been under pressure at a 10% sack rate, which is concerning. Johnson, with his experience and elite blocking, would immediately elevate their protection, allowing the offense to operate with more confidence and fluidity. Imagine this: Lane Johnson lining up next to Charles Cross, providing a fortress on the right side. Cross, who's been playing well with a PFF grade of 84.3, would benefit immensely from Johnson's veteran leadership and technique. The combination of these two would create a nearly impenetrable wall, drastically reducing sacks, with projections indicating a potential reduction of around 5 sacks per game. This boost in protection could also unlock the running game even further. With Walker's current average of 4.8 yards per carry, the added protection could push that number higher and help the Seahawks control the clock better, sustain drives, and keep their defense fresh. A more secure pocket would give Darnold more time to execute deep throws, which, as it stands, he's completing around 36% of his passes for more than 20 yards downfield, numbers that could skyrocket with better line protection. Looking at the big picture, this potential trade could be a turning point for the Seahawks. If Johnson comes aboard, the Seahawks would see a significant boost in their offensive efficiency, with projections suggesting they could push their points per game from 26 to around 32, and their total yardage, especially rushing yards, could increase by approximately 320 yards over the course of the season. Walker would be in prime position to hit 500 rushing yards, a milestone that could be within reach with better blocking. The offense, which is already productive, would become even more dangerous, and their chances of reaching the playoffs would increase substantially. The chance to improve their win probability in key matchups against divisional rivals like the 49ers and Rams would also be a major upside. The NFC West is fiercely competitive, but with Lane Johnson anchoring the right side, the Seahawks could turn the tide in their favor, especially in crunch time. And what about the Super Bowl implications? Well, the odds for the Seahawks, which were around plus 3,500 to win it all at the start of the season, could see a major shift. With Johnson's addition, some betting sites now suggest that their chances could improve to plus 1,800, a significant jump, reflecting the impact of adding a player of Lane Johnson's caliber. It's not just about the regular season either. This move could boost their playoff odds by around 19%, especially against top pass rushes like the Rams, where Johnson's experience and technique could make all the difference. Historically, similar trades involving top-tier offensive tackles like Peters have helped teams build dynasties, and if this deal goes through, it could elevate the Seahawks' chances of making a deep playoff run, maybe even a Super Bowl appearance. Now, let's put this into perspective. The Seahawks are on the verge of a potential dynasty, and acquiring Lane Johnson might be the missing piece to their puzzle. His presence would create a wall that's almost impossible for defenses to penetrate, giving the offense a new dimension of stability and explosiveness. It's a bold move, yes, but one that could define the franchise for years to come. In contrast, the Eagles, while losing a top player, might prioritize youth and cap flexibility, signaling a bit of a rebuild or retooling phase. But for the Seahawks, this is about seizing the moment, pushing their chips in, and aiming for the highest prize, the Lombardi Trophy. The blue and green could be gearing up for a new era of dominance, and all eyes are on how this story unfolds over the next few weeks. This trade, if it happens, would be a seismic shift, not just for the Seahawks, but for the entire NFC landscape. It would send a message that Seattle is serious about contending now and in the future. And with a player like Lane Johnson, they could turn their offensive line into a fortress, ensuring their quarterback stays upright, their running game explodes, and their offense becomes one of the most feared in the league. Fans, this is the kind of move that keeps us all on the edge of our seats, dreaming about Super Bowl glory and a new chapter of Seahawks dominance. Stay tuned, because this story isn't over yet, and we'll be here every step of the way to bring you the latest updates, insights, and reactions to what could be one of the most transformative trades in recent NFL history. And now, Seattle Seahawks fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Seahawks. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Seattle Seahawks news.